Hey, Pendragon here. It's been a while since I've done something like this, and there's kind of a reason for that. Uh, so a lot of my videos are Bakugan related, or at least a lot of them are my more popular ones, like my multi-attribute deck for Baku Project. When I was testing that out back when I played Baku Project. A lot of my test animations using Bakugan models have been very successful as far as views for how small this channel is. And it's generally seemed like my niche has started to become Bakugan related, because anything outside of like my very early Cobblemon or 3D modeling videos, which people also seem to enjoy for the most part, despite the dog shit quality, is I don't want my channel to be Bakugan focused, unfortunately. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Bakugan is one of my top 3 favorite IPs of all time, just underneath Digimon and Transformers, and that's where the problem lies, I guess. At least right now, it's due to some IRL stuff. I really haven't had the motivation or time to really sit down and work on Bakugan stuff, or 3D modeling stuff in general, outside of models I've already ported or have been already ported beforehand and are available publicly, like on the Steam Workshop, which is kind of what I've been using recently for my animations. Is just stuff that's already been ported, or stuff that doesn't require me to do much work in Blender, because I'm kind of Blendered and Bakugan'd out now. I'm kind of burnt out on those. On top of the IRL stuff, and just to compound that, Digimon has had its 25th anniversary back on the 1st of August, and I kind of want to do something for that, like a 100% playthrough of Digimon Cyber Sleuth or Next Order. Or, well, Digimon World Next Order, if you want like, the full title. Or maybe playing Digimon Digital Tamers Reborn by Dragonrod, which is a really nice update to the original Digitama style Digimon started out as. Or maybe even a Nuzlocke of a Pokemon game on this one of the Switch games for Pokemon. I don't know, it's like something to celebrate 100 subscribers. But yeah, I don't want to do Bakugan stuff right now. It's not enjoyable anymore. It's not what I want to pursue for this channel. This channel is supposed to just kind of be here for me to not only catalog all the crap I do, be it a gameplay session or a funny clip from a gameplay session, or animations I'm working on that I'm proud of or want to catalog for later, so I can actually save space on my computer proper for future work. And dedicating my entire channel to Bakugan animations and 3D modeling is cool. That's kind of the stuff I want to do. 3D modeling and animation is kind of what I want to do for, a career, because I think that stuff is fun. But I don't want to just do that for this channel. I want this channel to be here where people can just pick a video and play it in the background while they do something else. I want to do, long story short, I want to do more long-form content that isn't just longer animations, because that stuff takes time. Like, my next big animation, or I should say properly, my first big animation will probably not be on this uploaded to this channel for months, if not a couple of years, because I just am not in that place right now where I can confidently say that I'm proud of an animation. I am working on an animation that I want to really make sure it's the best it can be with my current limited skill set for animating, but I don't want this to be my crux. I mean, I could open a Patreon, but I don't think I have enough of a following that actually cares about me that I can comfortably do a Patreon or a channel membership if I ever reach that milestone here on YouTube. And that's another problem, is the milestones on YouTube. Like, I would love to do this for a full time. Like, I would love to be able to just sit on my ass at my computer making animations and gameplay stuff for games that I enjoy. Kind of like the Backlogs. I mean, the Backlogs is a great channel. I love their videos, as simple as they are. Commentary is hilarious, but that's kind of what I want to do. Is I want to make videos of games that I like playing, and doing something fun, like again, 100%ing Cyber Sleuth or Next Order. Doing my first ever challenge run in a Pokemon game on the Switch. Because I have a capture card. I can do that because I have the technology. I have the devices I need to do that kind of stuff. I have this somewhat decent microphone right now. It's not the best, but it does the job if I can pronunciate my words better and speak a little louder than I usually do. But again, Bakugan is great. I love Bakugan again, and one of my top three. It's one of my top 3 IPs of all time. I love Bakugan. It's a childhood favorite. I want to rebuild my collection I had when I was a kid. I have all that, but I have all those things I have all those Bakugan related things, but I can't bring myself to work on these models right now. It's like it's just so it's tedious. And I have a lot more on my plate right now than I need to have. And working on Bakugan models when I could be, looking for a job and, all that. Like, that stuff takes priority over 3D models and mod animation and all. I mean, granted, hopefully by the end of the week, when this video goes up, after this video goes up, I will have a job by the end of the week. But that's not going to solve a lot of my problems right now. At least as far as YouTube itself is concerned, because despite what YouTube themselves say, small channels are still not doing too hot. Like, you still have to find your niche. And my niche right now is Bakugan videos, and I don't want that to be my niche. I want that to be just something else. I want my niche to just be animations and 3D model stuff, and the occasional gameplay video. And that's another problem I have with this platform, is you have to dedicate your entire channel, at least at first, to one specific thing and do that specific well in an ocean of people who also do that specific thing well. I don't like that. I don't want to have to do that. Like, yeah, okay, fine. Competition is fine. Having, people you have to compete for views with is fine. It's kind of part of the charm of the channel. It's like, wow, people liked my video better than that one, and that one I would say is better than mine. But it's like, I want to be there for the people who just kind of just want to have something in the background playing and not caring about what it actually is that's done. Like, too often I see comment sections or comment sections specifically. I mean, I know, being on the internet in general is just a terrible idea. Really, just go outside and touch grass for once. God, some of you out there need to go touch grass. But a lot of people just take this whole YouTube thing way too seriously. Like I think, what was it, Moxie Boosted or False Swipe, whatever. They've made videos that people, Moxie Boosted, I think of a False Swipe, and then Wolfie. Wolfie's great. I love Wolfie's videos. They're really insightful on how competitive Pokemon works, and kind of just the trends that are followed. Despite the fact I don't like competitive Pokemon at all. I think it's the most boring thing in the world, most pathetic thing in the world. But that's just me. And some of the comment sections on some of their videos, at least False Swipe and Moxie, are really hostile, especially when it comes to, ranking stuff. Like, I don't know, it was like a what champion is the best in doubles in competitive, and I think like I don't know, it was Ow from Sun and Moon won one of those competitions. I think it was a doubles. I think it was doubles specifically. And people were not happy because Cynthia is better because Cynthia is the best champion and her music is and nostalgia. People like the older pixel art generations because those are the generations that they grew up with, and those are the games they played when they were kids. So the rose-tinted glasses are relevant. I mean, don't get me wrong, the modern games have their problems, and Game Freak needs to get their shit together, but it's not an excuse for the community to be a bunch of assholes on top of that. I'm just sorry, like, Pokemon community, you guys are a bunch of assholes. You're almost as bad as the My Hero Academia fandom, or any fandom in that regard, but you're like one of the worst I've ever seen. And, look, I don't want this to be me sitting here telling you not to watch my video. Like, clearly, like, if I'm here on YouTube, I want people to see what I'm doing. I want people to know what I'm doing, and I want people to like it. I'm human. That's kind of the given. But I don't want this channel to become a Jet Kuso. I don't want to be the next Jet Kuso for Bakugan animations. I'm sorry, but Bakugan just isn't relevant anymore. Like, yeah, stuff like Baku Project, which again, one of my single greatest video on this channel with the highest amount of views likes to likes ratio, is my multi-attribute test deck. But I don't want to have that be my niche. Like, first of all, I don't even have access to my Baku Project account right now. I need to contact Bakudev and pray to God he can give me my account back. Because I forgot my login stuff because I never wrote it down. But I'm sorry, but it's also the fact that the game isn't updated yet, and I already know how the game works. I know what the mechanics are. I know what Bakugan are available. I know what ability cards are available. I know the strategy. I know what the meta is, and the meta is ridiculously stupid and boring to fight because it's just the same 3 Bakugan over and over again. Oh, hey, look, that's competitive Pokemon, too, because all you see is fucking Incineroar, Flurmane, and like 3 other specific Pokemon, and it's ridiculous, because they're just good. If you couldn't tell, I hate competitive games, or games that encourage or enforce competitive play, because that's just what the game is for. That's why I never got into Overwatch. Or any hero shooter, for that matter, because those games are predominantly built towards competitive players, and if you're playing to win and not having fun in the process of trying to, then you shouldn't be playing. A game is supposed to be fun first, and maybe get a victory or 2 under your belt when you learn the game mechanics, not a win or the game is not good. Sorry, this is much more of a rant, but again, I'm going to transition away from Bakugan videos. If that's not your thing and you unsubscribe because of that, that's fine. I can totally understand that. I've unsubscribed to plenty of channels and stuff because they're modern content or they're new content or just their personalities in general just aren't what I want out of a content creator. Again, all the content creators I watch is because I like their personalities and I like their perspectives on things. They're nice. I don't like competitive Pokemon. I absolutely hate it. I think it's the worst, most boring game ever. Well, Pokemon in general is just a kid's game, but the competitive scene where it's a bunch of grown-ass adults playing a kid's game for large cash prizes and the bragging rights of world champion is the most boring thing to watch. Because it's the same like 5 Pokemon, with the occasional switch out of like one of them if you can afford it on your team. And it's stupid. But yeah, I'm transitioning away from Bakugan. I'll still upload Bakugan animations and maybe some more Baku Project videos in the future if I get my account reinstated, if I get my account back, or at least I'm able to log into my account again someday. If the project is still alive by then, because I don't like the fact that Project is only done by one guy. I mean, I can understand why, because, you know, Spin Master, the legal system, the copyright system is all jacked and shit no matter what you do. But, I'm sorry, but one guy working on a single game with such an ambitious goal is... I don't like it. I'm sorry. Like, Baku Project is great. It's a great, you know, blast of the past, but it's currently in its current state, outside of being an open beta, outside of being a beta, outside of being a very, very early beta, it's just not polished enough. There's not enough content right now to warrant YouTube channels dedicated to it. And that's kind of sad, because like there are some really great members in that community, and it's sad to know that a lot of their big projects just aren't going to pan out long term until Baku Project hits the mainstream. Like, and the problem with that is if it hits the mainstream and gets Spin Master's attention, if it hasn't already, the game could be shut down because it technically infringes on copyright simply by using the Bakugan name and using creatures from the past. I mean, yeah, the original Bakugan that are used in Baku Project are from the Sega era, and Sega owns the rights to those designs, from what I understand, and Spin Master does in fact not own those rights anymore to those designs. But a lot of the names, Dragonoid, Hydronoid, and such, Jun, Dan, all of that, those stuff are still copyrighted by Spin Master, and with Spin Master's track record and the fact that they no longer care about Bakugan, yeah, Baku Project is probably safe from them, but what's to keep Sega from deciding to reacquire the rights of Bakugan from Spin Master and then go after stuff like Baku Project or the Roblox game development currently, and shutting those down, or at least taking them, or pulling, you know, a Sega and deciding that, hey, we're gonna bring you on to make these games full-fledged official products under like a set of conditions. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sonic Team did great with Sonic Mania and bringing on fan creators for that project, but that's Sonic. Sonic community is a mixed bag, but at least the Sonic team is usually pretty good about acknowledging fan projects and saying, yeah, hey, keep doing that. We'll even hire you to help us make one of our own games in that classic style. But Baku Project Bakugan in general is not my niche. I don't want it to be, at least. Oh. I'm going in circles, but long story short, Bakugan is great. I love it. It's amazing. I just don't want it to be my niche because it is such a niche. It's a niche inside of a niche, is what I want to say. It's such an old and iconic and beloved IP by a very specific generation of people that if I don't stick to that and just do that generation of Bakugan, particularly the first season and the first two seasons of Bakugan, the original Battle Brawlers and New Vestroia specifically, since those are the two that people like the most and are only willing to acknowledge the original classic Bakugan, the Battle Brawlers, even over New Vestroia, is I don't want to have to force my channel to be in a niche where I am stuck doing the exact same thing every single time I upload a video. I mean, again, I want to do stuff like challenge runs in Pokemon games. I want to do 100% completion runs in games like Digimon games and other such games. I want to do fun free fan games like Digital Tamers Reborn, even though Digital Tamers Reborn 2 is in production, at least from last I heard from at least from Dragon Rod's last hurrah in the public space. That's gonna be fun when that eventually ever releases. I know Dragon Rod is pretty damn good about keeping promises, and you know, I mean, I'm looking forward to the next big Stardew Valley expansion, because I love that game. That game is such a fun little jaunt, and it's a fun little casual game to play when you're not really doing anything else and you want something just to do to fill your time. And if you do end up, whoever ends up watching this video and making it to this point, thank you. I know 20+ minute rant videos are, you know, pretty common occurrence on YouTube and no one really cares, but it's like, if you're here because you want Bakugan animations, you'll still get those. They'll just be not as relevant going forward because I have to rig and sometimes even model or texture the Bakugan myself, and I'm not good at that. That's not what I do. It's not my thing. I'm not a modeler. I'm an animator. Or at least I want to be. And it sucks because on one hand I can continue to use Source, and that means having to port everything through Blender, and that's a process in itself. Or I can learn Blender, which is a pain in the freaking ass because that program has way too many buttons for a open source free program, and it basically requires you to sell your soul to YouTube, or sell your soul to thousands of tutorials to even the most basic mechanics. But it's like, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place right now as far as like the 3D modeling and animating itself, just because I don't have the time to do that right now. And recording a short gameplay session at like 10 o'clock at night, and then, you know, spending a couple days to a week over time editing and cleaning up that video, and then uploading it on the weekends going forward is probably what I'll end up doing. Again, 100% playthrough of Digimon Cyber Sleuth, probably end up going to be uploading sometime this week, since I'm going to be doing it chapter by chapter. I'm going to be playing through the main story while trying to go for 100%, and then whatever I don't get by the end of the game, I'll do in New Game Plus. I'll clean up in New Game Plus. But there's long story short, if you really don't care about all this and you're just skipping to near the end to see what the frick the TLDR is I'm gonna continue doing Bakugan stuff, but it's not gonna be the main focus of the channel, at least as far as like the animation side of things are concerned. And I'm gonna continue to also do gameplay stuff like Cyber Sleuth, like Digimon stuff like Cyber Sleuth, Survive, Next Order, Digital Tamers Reborn. Maybe even make a video going over like one of the really jank decks I've made for the Digimon card game, because that card game is actually really good. I just don't like the community behind it, because the community, at least particularly online, are a bunch of competitive, self-absorbed assholes who only want to win, which, again, if you're not having fun while trying to win, what's the point of playing the game? But yeah. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Again, if it comes down to it, I may make a Patreon to just help with the financial side of things, just so I can not have to worry as much about money, my financial situation right now. And, you know, if I have a job on top of that, if I have a job by the end of the week, then I'll be fine there, because that job pays pretty well. I just have to, you know, really get good transportation. I don't have a car right now. And I do want to focus more on getting my editing done, like, you know, actually learn how to edit videos better so I can make actually good content. So just, if you're willing to stick around this channel to see where it goes, and, you know, you're not too fussed about the decrease in focus on Bakugan stuff, then cool. If you're only here for the Bakugan stuff, I could easily recommend you just literally look up Baku Project videos, and there you go. You'll get your fix in Bakugan stuff, at least for a good week. But other than that, just don't. If you're a Bakugan fan and you're only here for that stuff, just don't expect it to be my main focus anymore. Like, yeah, there's a string of pretty high view videos, at least compared to the size of the channel. Which is great. I love the attention that stuff like that my animation tests have been getting recently, is on the Bakugan side of things. But again, that's probably because they're Bakugan related and not, you know, actually just animations in general, because it's it's hard enough as it is to do YouTube as it is, so having to be your niche be something that you're no longer having fun doing, kind of hard. Sorry, I keep going, I keep talking, sorry. I'll end the video here just with a simple just a simple, your usual like call to action. Okay, if you actually enjoy this stuff, enjoy my videos, no matter what they are. If you enjoy the fact I'm just animating whatever I feel like animating, if you like the idea of me going and 100%ing stuff like Cyber Sleuth, or transitioning my channel more towards Digimon related content, then that's fine. If you're okay with a more, balanced multimedia style channel where I do animations and gameplay stuff that isn't just Bakugan or Digimon related, cool, that's probably what it'll end up doing. If I won't result in this channel ever being successful enough to warrant it being a job, which is a pain, which is sad, because I do want to do this as a job. I think entertaining people is a much better my time. I want to entertain people. I want to make people happy. I want to make people smile. I want to make people laugh. That's my goal in life, and it's really hard nowadays, because if you're not miserable and you're not just doing what you're told, then you're not doing it right. So, at least from what I can see in the world. So if you like this stuff, if you enjoyed this rant for whatever reason, or you're appreciative of this update to the channel where I'm being honest and that I just don't want to do Bakugan specific stuff anymore because I just don't have the time and I'm not as fond of doing it anymore. It's like I will continue to do it when I have the time and I in the mood to do something that isn't what I've already been doing. But I can't do YouTube the way I want to do it if I'm stuck doing something for such a niche community. I need to expand my horizons to bigger communities. I mean, hell, the gameplay in the background is probably Pokemon. Is probably a mix of Pokerogue and Digimon Nova Red, or at the very least, is just Pokerogue, because Beast Boost Charizard is an absolute menace. Especially when you have Earth Power, and you can just breeze through most of the game with Earth Power and Flamethrower. Until you get to the second Rayquaza fight. Until you get to the second rival fight on floor 195. And that fight is hard. I almost beat it twice with Charizard. With a Beast Boost Mega Charizard. It was just the damn fucking birds. The rival always has something that counters my entire team, because I'm so bad at team building in Pokemon. But I love playing it so much. But I love playing it from time to time. Anyway, yeah, if you haven't subscribed and you're constantly coming back to my channel, or you're leaving likes or whatever, then maybe subscribe. I don't know, it genuinely helps. It gives people, it shows more people it shows YouTube, the algorithm, that people like my channel, like my content, so they show it to more people. It gets more views. I get more subscriptions. I get more likes, and so on and so forth. I'm sure by this point you know what how the algorithm works. YouTubers usually have a call to action, especially even if they are already massive channels. And there's a good reason for that. It's their job. It's how they pay the bill. So I would, if you can afford it, either a membership or a Patreon subscription for your favorite YouTubers, because they if you're constantly coming back to their channels, you should give them a little bit of love. But don't expect me to do anything big, like member only videos or Patreon only videos. Like, every video I ever make will be available to everybody. No one who gives me money is gonna get a benefit from that. Maybe they'll be able to watch videos sooner than non-members, non-Patreon subscribers, if I ever end up going in that route. But you'll only be by a day or two. It won't be like, oh, I have 100 plus, I have 1,000 plus videos on my membership side. Only members can watch. It's kind of partially why I stopped watching quite a few YouTubers, is because they constantly push that, and it's I would give you money, but not if you keep begging me for it. Yeah, but 30 minutes are up. I'll see myself out. Have a good day. And if you're not doing too hot in life, just keep going, keep pushing. You'll get there eventually. Life sucks. Life's not fun. Life is hard. You're gonna struggle. It's okay. Just keep on pushing. Keep on trying. Keep on risking. Risk. Take risks. Like it's gonna pay off someday. It may not pay off now. It may end up in the worst time of your life for a while, like I am right now, but it's gonna get better. You just have to actually try to make it better. So, that, I bid you adieu, and hopefully, next time I see you, or next time you see me, I'll be a little better off, and who knows, maybe my next big video that I enjoy making, at least. Outside of the 100% through 100% completion of Cyber Sleuth. I'm going to do that video. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to make that video. Is probably gonna not do too hot view-wise, and that's okay, because I have fun making it. I have fun with the editing. Shouldn't matter what the view count is for a video that I am proud of. I can thank Wolfie for that. A lot of YouTubers I watch recently have made some very, very good videos and are proud of what they made, and that's all I can ask of them. Ciao.